Hello, this is section 6.4. This is about solving radical equations. So here we will be solving equation something like this, where we have a square root. So basically, square root means a radical, right? So now to solve this, basically that means we need to find the value of x at the end, right? X is equals to something. We should get something like that. So now to get that, we just need to have x on one side. Now this x is attached with the square root. So somehow we need to get the square root. We need to get rid of the square root, right? So to do that, the way we can do that is basically first we can just subtract 7 on both sides. All right, so on left hand side, these two 7 minus 7 is equals to 0. So on left hand side we just have square root of x minus 4, and on right hand side there is 10 minus 7, which is 3. So now square root, since the index is always 2, right? So now to get rid of the square root, since there is index 2, so we can just take square. This should be square. We can take square on both sides. So this way these two are gone, so we don't have any square root anymore. So now we just have x minus 4 on left hand side is equals to on right hand side 9. So now to get the value of x, we can just add 4 on both sides. So x is equals to 9 plus 4 is 13, right? So now for these kind of problem, whenever you are solving a square root equation, you want to check your answer. So now to check the answer, you need to take this, the value of x, and plug this into the original equation. So the original equation we have is this one right here. So square root of x minus 4 plus 7 is equals to 10, right? That's our original equation. Now what we need to do is to check our answer. We just have to take this x value and put this value here. So x is 13. So 13 minus 4 plus 7 is equals to 10. Well, we don't know that, so let's just put what. So now this is 13 minus 4 is 9 plus 7 is what? And the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 plus 7 is equals to 10. So that's true. So that means this answer is true. All right. So I'll show you an example where the answer would be false. So yeah, I'll show you the problem, something like that. So okay, let's do this one now. Now the fourth root of x plus 3 plus 9 is equals to 7. So in this case, now the index is 4. All right, so again, just like I did here, I have to move this 9 to other side. So subtract 9 on both sides. So now we get fourth root of x plus 3 is equals to, these two are gone, so on the right hand side we get negative 2. Now since we have the index 4 here, so now to get rid of this root we have to take the power 4 on both sides. So this way this and this is gone, so on left hand side we just have x plus 3 is equals to negative 2 to the power 4 is positive 16, right? So now move this to other side, so x is 13. All right, so again, let's check the answer. So our original equation is this one right here. So fourth root of 13 plus 3 plus 9 is equals to 7. So we don't know that, so let's just put what again. And the fourth root of 13 plus 3 is 16 plus 9 is equals to what? 7. So now fourth root of 16 is 2, right? Because 16 we can also write 2 to the power 4 plus 9 is equals to 7. So now, yeah, the root is 4, the index is 4, we have 4 here, so we can cancel that. So basically here we're just going to get 2 plus 9, so 11 is not equals to 7. So there you go. So we have an equation where our answer is not true. So this is false, because this is not true. So here the answer is undefined, or no solutions. Right? So now let's do another one. X minus 7 is equals to 2 times square root of x plus 1. All right, so again here, we need to find the x value. Right now, in this case, we have x on both sides. 1 inside the root, 1 outside the root, or it doesn't have a square root. So now what we can do is, well, since we want to get rid of the square root, right? Because with the square root, it's not possible to get the value of x. So somehow we need to get rid of the square root. So to do that, we have to take square on both sides, right? So here now we get x minus 7 square. So again, if we go back to a formula we did, if we have a minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? So in this case, our a is x and b is just 7, not negative 7, because there's a negative here, so negative is going to count here. So the b is just 7. So now using this formula, on left hand side we will get x square minus 2a times b. A times b is 2 times x times 7 plus, because we have plus here, that's why plus, b square is 7 square, which is 49. 7 square is 49, right? And on left hand side, there is a multiplication here. So 2 square is 4, and this square cancel with this, so we just have x plus 1. All right, so now this way we get x squared minus 14x plus 49 is equals to 4x and 4. So when you distribute this 4 to these two, we get this. So now, since we have a square, x squared, right? Because so that means it's a quadratic equation. So now to get solve quadratic equation, we need to have 0 on one side and everything else on another side, right? So now let's just move this to other side. Subtract 4x, subtract 4x, subtract 4, subtract 4. So on left hand side, well, on right hand side, it's 0. On left hand side, we get x squared minus negative 14x, negative 4x is negative 18x, plus 49 minus 4 is plus 45 is equals to 0. All right, now we can use AC method. So A, which is 1 times C, which is 45, is 45 times 1, 15 times 3 is also 45. So since we have 18 in the middle, so we can use 15 and 3, right? So the first and the last term is going to stay the same. Now for the middle terms, we can use 15 and 3, and we can say 15x minus 3x. So now I can split this into two parts. So from these two, we can factor out x, so remaining terms are x minus 15. And from these two, since we have a minus here, so we need to include that as well, so we can factor out negative 3, and the remaining terms are, well, to find the remaining terms, we just have to divide both sides by negative 3, right? Because we have negative 3 here. So the first one is just x, and the second one is negative 15 is equals to 0, right? And again, from these two, x minus 15 is, well, it has, this thing is in both terms, so we can just factor out that, and the remaining terms is x minus 3 is equals to 0. So the first one is x minus 15 is equals to 0. Second one is x minus 3 is equals to 0. So from here we get, when we add 15 on both sides, x is positive 15. When we add 3 on both sides, x is positive 3, right? I'm just going fast because we have done this already. So now in this case we have two answers. So like I said before, we need to check our answers. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys do this. So I'm just going to tell you the answer. So in this case, this one is going to work. X is equals to 15 is going to work, and x is equals to negative, so x is equals to 3 is not going to work. So our final answer is just x is equals to 15. So the check, you guys do this. All right. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.